Hey Rebels, welcome back to the channel. So my dirt bike class was 4 hours long. It was really hard to cut that down into 20 minutes. So I've decided to make a part 2. And Luke worked with me a lot on different things that I wanted to include, as well as, if you remember, it was 99 degrees, which caused an event. So that's coming up. Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you at the end.
And now think about getting that upper body. Yep. And pushing that bike down just a little bit into the turn. Yep. But the more you can over exaggerate it, the closer you are getting to where you want to be. Okay. For sure.
Feels so what's the word?
Counterintuitive.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. A lot of motorcycles, especially riding in the dirt, is counterintuitive compared to the street.
Yeah. So I guess that's why people say they should learn dirt first, huh? Yeah, I didn't have that option, unfortunately. Alrighty. I feel like I'm falling off. There you go.
Move your weight, bring your head forward a little bit.
There you go. Yeah.
One thing you can think about that makes it a lot easier, think about just keeping your body upright, but leaning the bike over.
Oh, okay.
Right? And you did it exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now just lean the bike over, just keep your body upright. Now your inside arm is straight, and now bring your elbow up. Bang. You got it. Yep. So think about just leaning the bike over, keeping your body upright. Your body's just like, your head's wanting to stay kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
So then that's why you're running wide over here.
Okay.
But then when you had that really good turn over here,
yeah,
it was like no problem.
Yeah.
Made the turn great.
Yeah.
So just think about a little bit more body upright.
Okay.
Or where your head is at. Where your head is at is going to be also where your arms are going to be at. So think about moving your head away from the turn and leaning the bike into the turn.
Okay. Okay.
Or just keep your body upright and leaning the bike over. Body upright. Nice smooth.
Ah, thank you, thank you. I know what I'm gonna be out here working on.
Like when you move your upper body out, like over exaggerate over there, you're like
it's so much smoother.
Running over the cones.
Yeah.
Like so much better.
Yeah.
Okay. But now we're gonna go left again. You want some water?
Probably should.
Yeah. So for standing, most important thing is the foundation. Most important thing is the feet. So we want the balls of our feet, or even ideally our toes. Our toes on the foot pegs. Okay?
So not the arch.
Not the arch, because anytime that we go over a bump, if we're on the balls of our feet, we're not only using our bike suspension, but we're also using our body position. Number one reason people crash on a motorcycle, poor body position. Almost every single time in a usually poor feet position, especially if you're standing up. Because if you're on your arch here and you go over a bump, that you have no support, it goes through your body. It usually throws you forward or left or right. But if you're here, and you really want to think about almost where you can kind of bounce up and down, and then we want to have our toes turned in a little bit. And what this is going to do, this is going to allow me to squeeze the bike with my legs. Okay? And then I want my legs straight so I can control the back of the motorcycle. My knees are forward. If I go over a bump, that back end can go anywhere that it wants. But if I got my legs straight, now it's going to be tracking in a straight line. And then I want to think about trying to make a 45-degree angle. 45 from my legs to my back. and almost thinking about keeping my head right over my kind of my number plate or my instrumentation. Okay? And this is naturally going to allow me to have my arms bent. And then when I'm coming into a turn, because now we're going to be standing to sitting, all that I'm thinking about is shifting my weight forward and then sticking my leg out, and it's the crack to the crack. So now I'm coming into the turn, keep my head the exact same place, shifting weight forward, leg out, and then when I'm standing, all I'm thinking about is kicking my butt back, keeping my head in the same spot, straighten my legs.
Oops, I moved my head. I'm assuming we tighten our core during this.
Now the balance board's really coming in.
I see what you were saying. Guess what I'm ordering tonight?
Yeah. That'll make a huge difference. You spend just like once or twice a week, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Right.
How's it feeling?
Well, I know what I need to do, but my body and brain aren't talking yet. It's getting better.
I think like your upper body is excellent.
Is
The
it?
lower body is what's killing you.
Okay.
The lower body, you're just like want to keep your body in the middle of the
Yeah.
seat. So then you're like kind of fighting. The
Yeah.
upper body's kind of fighting the lower body.
Well, I'm trying to remember, like, when I stand up to sit down here, so I'm not having to adjust right before I get into the turn, because I'm not, then I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, oh, and leg, and,
Right. And I think you do a lot better with no leg out.
I do. Yeah, it does seem so.
Yep. And it's all just lower body. Like everything else is actually really good.
Okay.
You're really good with keeping your eyes up. Yep. And I can tell you're conscious of it. You're like locking your hands on it, so that's getting better for sure too.
Well, and I keep finding myself doing this. I'm like, no, no.
Yep. That's just what it takes. It just takes time to remind
Yeah.
yourself, and then it'll become muscle memory.
Yeah. Ooh. I just got dizzy.
Nice.
Luke.
Now he's starting to slide her a little bit.
Ooh, I'm dizzy.
You want to get off the bike?
I don't think I can at the moment.
You want some water?
Sorry, I don't regulate heat well,
That's okay.
which I should have
You
known.
need to take off your helmet.
Yeah, I did.
And that is where I very nearly passed out. I got the beginnings of heat stroke, some hyperthermia. The world started spinning under the bike, like the dirt was moving under the bike. And I forgot to mention earlier in the video, I was wearing my adventure gear and I have all the vents open, I wore my adventure helmet because it's a little cooler, it lets in more air than the regular showy I wear, my RF 1400. And I brought 2 water bottles with me, one with just cold water and then one with electrolytes, and I still got really overheated. So from here on for a while, I pretty much just watched the class. I drank the entire bottle of electrolytes and some more of the other water bottle. But I sat out the next probably hour where I was just not able to control the bike. I was too shaky and just too hot. I was pouring water on my head. I poured it down the back, my back. Just anything I could, but there was no shade anywhere on that compound, and I just got overheated. And I was really, like I said, I was worried about it that morning, and I tried to wear the coolest amount of stuff I had, but it's 99 degrees. And I think it actually ended up going to 100 or 101, and who knows how hot it was in the gear. But yeah, I definitely overheated, unfortunately. So I didn't complete the class. Like, I stayed, I videotaped a bunch of it. At the end though, we did do a tour of the facility, and so I did participate in the tour. I ran around on the track. I went over my first few large bumps. Hills, jumps, it depends on how fast you hit them, I guess. I went over one. Well, I'll put it in. You'll see my reaction.
Keep the bike over.
Wow.
Just going through the berm. Think about keep moving your eyes through the turn, and your upper bodies want to kind of like lean into the turn. We still want to have the upper body away from the turn, pushing the bike down into the turn, but now just in the middle of the seat. So think about upper body outside and then looking through the turn a little bit further.
Okay.
A lot of people that go over berms because they don't look through the berm enough.
Gotcha.
And then usually they're like, oh shit, I'm coming up the berm, and then they look off the berm, and then they go up and over the berm. But over this looks really good. The next thing is just kind of showing you around the complex, and then going over the obstacles.
All right.
And then what do you think, Natalie? Do you want to cruise around with us? I mean, we're just going around the tracks.
The electrolytes are kicking in. I'm not as shaky, so
Okay.
Plus, I think some air is going to help you.
yeah, for
for
sure.
sure.
Just those little
Yeah,
jaunts I
starting to
took
move.
helped me immensely.
Yeah. Okay.
How long we ride, I want to show you guys kind of the complex.
Yes, I'd love that. Yeah, no.
Take it nice and easy, lots of raised turns, lots of different conditions, lots of different hills. So just nice, smooth, consistent speed, look where you want to go, and then we to the outside.
Whoa. It's a weird feeling. Well, I did some standing.
Nice.
Tried to practice my corners, although I just completely bungled that last one.
Yeah. And honestly, like, this track is so beat up right now because of the rain.
Oh.
So it has, like, you know, some spots that are sandy, some spots that are, like, broken up clumps, some spots that are hard packed. Usually it's hard packed all the way around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This
usually
is more
it's
of like what I was
about
riding
as
on.
gnarly as
So.
it gets right now, honestly. Nice.
Nice.
Well, I think she moved a little bit.
Moved a little bit.
That little ring.
Yeah. Now that's ATV, UTV track, great for dual sport riding. Now I'm going to take over to the trail ride track. So this is replicates trails very well.
Oh my goodness, you guys. I wish I would have done this before that other thing. Like, that was so dumb. I wanted to get into this course, and I don't know if I have that recorded, but he said his classes are so full. And then, wow, is it hot out?
That's fun for the shop.
You make it look so easy.
Okay, now I'm gonna bring you guys over to do the enduro area. This is where we can talk about going over obstacles and logs and rocks and stuff like that.
I saw this on the satellite. I thought it was just trash.
So now, just overall in general, going over obstacles, we always want to try to hit the obstacle perpendicular, right? If that board or that, especially like tree roots on trails, they're almost never, you know, directly in line with the trail. You want to make sure you're squaring up that tree root so it's not kicking your back in sideways, right? Yep. So, and that, of course, standing up, that good stand-up position, legs back's really going to be helpful, but trying to make a quick throttle blip to momentarily lighten the front end to get you over the obstacle is going to be the best way to go. But ideally, the bigger the obstacle, the more you'd want to be popping your front end up, so doing that minor wheelie to get you up and over. And then once you get the wheel up, holding steady throttle, then right when your wheel goes over the obstacle, then starting to roll off of the throttle. When the front wheel gets over the obstacle, you stay consistent, and right when that back wheel starts to hit the obstacle, then you're just starting to roll off.
Okay.
Yep, so get you up and over the obstacle, but making sure you're not just continuing to stay on the throttle up and all the way off the obstacle.
Okay.
Yep. Don't necessarily have wheelie school, but if you
wheelie.
ask me nicely, I might teach you a thing or two.
I'll say I've never done a wheelie.
But this is what I do to start with wheelies. You always want to just start with one foot down, right foot on the grip brake. But the biggest thing is just getting the timing down with the clutch. So it's really just as you're letting the clutch out, I'm starting to feel the power right here. Hold the clutch right there, and then barely pulling it in, giving it a little bit of throttle, and then right when I start to ease out the clutch, it starts to roll off.
And you're covering the back brake too, or not?
I'm covering the back brake, yeah. So that's all you want to start with. Left foot down.
You got it. Wow. There's a breeze finally. It's helping so much. Wow.
There's only one more track.
Let's do it.
If you guys want to check that one out, and,
Yep.
and then I was going to bring you back.
Sounds good.
We'll just spin one lap around this guy. But this one does have a little bit more peaky jumps. If you really wanted to, they're all tabletops though. I mean, they're all just be careful. I mean, you could send it if you wanted to, but you could roll like you did.
I have no interest in sending it today. Okay, I wasn't going fast. It gives you that little whoopsie feeling.
They stay right here. He just crashed. I'm gonna go check on him.
Oh, okay. Whew, still a little dizzy. Be careful as I drive home. Well, I have a minute to talk to you guys, I guess. Yeah, $25 a day. I'm totally coming out here. This is a perfect place to practice. And yeah, lots of areas to practice. And yeah, like you said, like this is a Thursday. It is dead out here. And this would make me comfortable, at least for a while, right? So while I'm still in my head and learning all this, this is perfection. You know, there was a lot there I ended up missing, unfortunately. He's okay. I'd like to ride around a little bit, but I'm afraid of, you know, these guys are actually, it says an intermediate trail, right? Oh, there I am. It's an intermediate trail, and you know, me putzing around on this thing is probably not a great idea until I actually know what I'm doing. So I'm going to avoid this one for now. But that hill, or a couple of those hills, was it that one? I think it was that one. Oh, when you don't know what's coming, that's exciting. Oh, here he comes. Okay. Oh, good. All right, looks like we're moving on. Moving right along. Dun, 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 dun.
Looked like it was all right side here.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so.
What happened?
I caught way too much air and went over the landing area, landed on the flat, and then it was like almost a whiskey throttle, and it freaking launched me
Ooh.
off the next one.
Ooh, scary. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
That's alright, I'm missing my trim on my other side.
No, they'll match.
How's that for my shock band or whatever that thing's called?
Fork. Well, you bottomed that thing all the way down.
I landed on that flat. Actually, when I landed, it was an uphill.
Yeah.
And it just compressed and then it just launched me.
Pogo stick.
Well, you're using the full stroke on that.
At that time.
After class. After class and heat stroke. Oh man. That was amazing. We're gonna go sit outside. All right. Forgive the camera shake. My hands are very tired. Not how I expected today to go. But it did hit 99 to 100 degrees. And I definitely overheated and all that gear. So good to know. I think I know why the Harley ladies wear like nothing underneath their leathers, or don't wear anything and leathers, their little leather vest or whatever. I'm like, okay, I see where you're going. I see where you're going. Wow, I learned a lot. Like I learned that the trip I'm supposed to be on, I'm not at all ready for. I'm so glad I didn't go. I'm so glad I didn't go. That would have been horrible. Like I would have been home day one, and that sucks. Like just pay all that money and go all the way down there, and then rent the bikes and all that, and then come back and like 2 days later, that'd be awful. So I now have until November to practice. That arm is tired. I've got a lot of work to do in the next couple of months. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Keep your wheels down and, keep having fun. We're having a great summer.